I would love to
Dun,
see
dun, dun.
Nice.
I'm not scheduled, but you know, if I have a chance,
You should go out there, go change, and come back. So
Damn.
you're featuring his brand the whole time.
I was going to put it on over the top.
Oh yeah, you could do that too.
We want to see your skin, baby.
Yeah, go take off your shirt on camera.
That's what they want. That's what they want at home. Well, thanks so much for joining us, man. Go
Thank
get those
you.
sales going.
Bye.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care. See ya.
Represent Oliver.
Awesome.
Yeah, all
Nice.
these scammers. Lifetime. I mean, yeah, the dedication that I think that Craig
Some
Wright
people
has
got.
put.
Yeah.
Some people got something out of Steven. That's all I'm saying. So does
Yeah,
that,
they got money out of it, but I also
they
I mean,
got like
they're-
a community, right? They didn't just get money.
I mean, but they were on the community forum. that was based. They were printing their own money, so people would post on it.
Yeah, that's a good deal for them.
No, it's
Or
not
Why
good.
you gotta hate on
It's
that?
not good when the government prints money. It's not good when other people print money. Satoshi was the last person to print money. It's over now.
Aren't they all willingly
money.
in that
He
scam?
didn't
though?
print
I mean,
money.
so
His,
what?
he
They're not
found,
like forced
metaphysical
into it.
The problem is
numbers.
the people who invested in Steam it lost all their money.
Who lost
So
their money?
Anyone that bought the token. So when you get the token for writing an article and then you sell the token, someone has to buy the token off you. So anyone who's buying the token off you is getting a bad deal.
Yeah, but I didn't force them to do it. Nobody forced them to.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah, I
But
mean, it's like, so we're putting like sort of categories of good and bad, and trying to judge people on that on something that's a little more complicated, right? The people that were attempting to create a new currency, the fact that they were trying to do that shouldn't necessarily be barred by the government. I'm a libertarian. I think people have the right to try to do that. The way they sold it, I think, was immoral, in the sense that they were trying to market it as, you're going to get paid for articles. Oh, but it's useless tokens that we're giving you. And then that led to a speculation bubble on the people on the other side that were saying, well, okay, if this can create content that I like, then it might become valuable. Or other people that like that I don't know if they were necessarily immoral, just kind of dumb. And then there were other people that were like sort of front running those people and sort of.
Well, and let's remember, all these people had good intentions. They wanted there to be more articles, and there's other people who wanted to vote on articles, so they put their money in so they'd have more votes, so they could vote on articles. But the other problem is they wanted those votes that they bought to the articles to go up in value, because the idea is that more and more people will want to vote on articles, and the reality is less people wanted to vote on articles, so no one bought it. Lots of people wanted to write articles and get paid. That part, lots and lots of articles. But the other side, where they're supposed to be buying those tokens to give value to the tokens, to give value to the articles, didn't work. So those people lost all their money.
Yeah, and they had some weird economics too. So they had something called Steam Power.
Yeah.
Where
that was hard to understand.
Well, they basically
though,
it was a way to restrict the supply of the coin by locking them up, and as a result of that, the value of the token would go up. So it was essentially, they were acting like a central bank, because they had something called Steam at dollars as well, where they were propping that up using the Steam.
That was also confusing. I'm not going to lie. All of those things were very confusing.
They ran exactly like a central bank, right? Because they pegged the Steam dollar to the dollar, and they used their Steam and the dollars that they got from the sale of that in order to peg it. And then they had Steam at Power as a way to lock up a bunch of the coins to artificially restrict the supply so that the price would go up. So they had all of these mechanisms in order to control the price, essentially, of both Steam and Steam at dollars. And so in that sense, I think they were pretty evil. They were trying to create a currency and give
it was
people
useful. Maybe that's what, I mean, is it really that evil what they were doing? Maybe they were trying to make it good. They were meddling around. Maybe they shouldn't be meddling, but
the government prints money and they buy weapons and have wars. And
well,
are they really
wars
that
were
evil?
funded
I
by
mean, it's good for everyone that builds the weapons.
No wars were funded by
Steam. Yeah. Well, the idea, the thing that was evil about Steam was the way they presented it as if it's an actual decentralized thing. So they lied to everybody about that. Oh, it's a Steam blockchain and whatever. Same thing that they're doing with EOS. It's decentralized. Actually, no, it's a vote of like 22 people, and they get to decide everything that they want on the chain. So that whole concept of they're free to try whatever experiments, and then like people can, as long as they're telling the truth, it's fine. I'm a libertarian. If you want to go do that and like lose your money, then that's kind of your choice, right? Like, I think people that spend $20,000 on handbags are ridiculous, but some people choose to do it. I'm not going to judge them for it.
I don't know. It looks like some nice,
Sound a little
nice
judgy.
handbags over there. I don't know. They look pretty.
But the idea being that like if you are doing something like that, you should at least be honest, right? If you're doing anything other than that,
Yeah, but then it won't sell if you're honest.
That's why I think Steam was evil, and that they're such a decentralized platform getting sold is an idiocy.
So that should there be some sort of well, I know from a maximalist perspective, there'll be no other acceptable cryptocurrencies, but what cryptocurrency is acceptable based on, it doesn't have to have all the tenets of Bitcoin, like decentralization, no inflation. What do you think is the least scammy cryptocurrency, or at least from the teams, the least intentionally scammy?
The least intentionally scammy. Well, I'll eliminate pretty much everyone that can't code very well, which includes like Ethereum and many others, or ones that did minor modifications to Bitcoin. So things like Litecoin and, like they just steal whatever code. Same thing with Bcash and BSV and many others. I mean, the only ones I would maybe even consider are ones with good developers. They want to at least create cool technology, right? Best developers that I've seen in the altcoin space are maybe the Monero, Zcash, and Decred guys. Maybe Grin also. I don't know any of them, but like the tech that I've seen from them seems to be pretty solid. But I mean, like that's a very limited way to evaluate a coin. I mean, and it's very difficult to tell who's like lying and who's not on some of this stuff, because you really have to dig into the cryptography for some of that. But some of them are so transparently, obviously lying that I think you can pretty much call them scammers without much hesitation other than that. Or either scammers or incredibly stupid.
That's
right?
it.
Like that's the other.
And
other
optimistic.
Really, yeah.
Stupid and optimistic people often think they can accomplish things they can't accomplish. They don't intend to scam and lose all your money, but it happens anyway. And it's also due diligence. You have to have a good plan. You have to have it checked by someone smarter than you. You have to work it through. Is it going to work? And if you're going to print 3 different kinds of coins and link them together and have a allegedly decentralized blockchain and have a front page called Steam It, it's probably not going to work if you had anyone analyze it. But we were in a beautiful period of hysteria where everyone was buying everything and everyone believed everything would work. And this belief led to the whole uptrend where everything did work for a little while and then it didn't work. Unless you sold it all on the top like the Ethereum Foundation. That was smart.
But if it's just about price, then you can argue that people that bought in on Bitcoin didn't work for the people that bought at 20,000. But what matters most importantly is the utility. And people did seem to get utility out of Steam. For argument's sake, people did use it. I mean, I wrote a few kind of articles on there and got some upvotes and 50 cents worth.
I liked the community there too. People were really enthusiastic.
They definitely wanted that money.
But don't people criticize Dan Larimer because he kind of reserves a big stash of coins for himself in whichever project that he does? Is he allowed to do that? Why not? If he invented it, can he make himself a little extra cash?
Didn't let people really know about that part.
Is that
supply and things like that.
The other major criticism of Larimer is that he creates a project, then he moves on to the next project.
Is that why there's a trash can?
Because he started out with BitShares, and it was like a share thing similar to Steam It with the 3 coins. Then he did Steam It, which is like a share thing, but it had articles. Now he's doing EOS, which is like a share thing.